The second video ever got 80K. And that 80K in views brought in 10 to 20K. Just that one video alone, basically.
So the next week I was like, all right, this. I'm just gonna make a new account. I'm just gonna run all of your scripts. First month, 7,000 followers. Second month, 20,000 followers. And then I got back on it.
Yep.
6 month, over 100K.
You have the highest likely chance to go viral when you copy viral content, because it's already an idea that's gone viral. And you just have to literally take the idea, put it into your own, you know, Christmas wrapping and all that, your own little present, and then make it your own.
You get a couple $100s per million views. But the thing with our pages is per million views, you can literally make tens of thousands of dollars. And there's a bunch of ways to do it. The first is...
So this is just a raw conversation with two people that made a lot of money through content, where we're just going to fuck around and literally just talk about everything content related. Basically how to make money, how we made money with it, how we even got started with it.
Yeah, because actually, I want to talk about that first.
Yeah.
Because that's a good segue. So, what happened to you? How did you get in front of the camera? You were like, not the kid I was expecting to be in front of the camera. By the way, we were college roommates and we went to
elementary school together.
Yeah.
Basically childhood friends. Dude, it's so strange how I got in front of the camera, because I was someone that wasn't even remotely on like Instagram or anything like that. Like I never posted fucking anything. And then just one day out of the blue, for our own business, it was like, yo, we should try to do content, just because we saw so many people killing it organically without spending money on ads or anything like that. So I'm trying to remember, I think I started off on YouTube. One of my YouTube videos did very well. One of my first ones ever.
His first ever YouTube video. I was even surprised. Like, as soon as I saw his first post, it got like, what, over 70,000 views?
So the first video ever got 20K. The second video ever got 80K. And that 80K in views must have brought in 10 to 20K. Just that one video alone, basically. And then we were like, yo, we have got to hop on this. So when I first started, I was just doing YouTube, which is crazy because YouTube is way harder than short form, where we're now experts in. So started off in long form and was like, yo, I'm wasting hours creating a YouTube video just to get 500 to 1,000 views. Let me spend that amount of time on shorts, create maybe 8 shorts. If one of them goes viral, I'm sure going to make more money.
Yeah.
And that was a thought.
That was a good thought.
That was a good thought.
It worked out. Yeah, as soon as Zita's video popped off, I was always like the back end guy. So for Zita's business and a bunch of other businesses, I was basically doing all the back end operations, systems, creating all the landing pages, offers, copywriting, everything. I was like a growth operator. I don't like that term too much.
Shout out Eddie Cumberbatch.
Basically growth operating. And then we were like, fuck it. Let's try YouTube. Yeah. First 2 videos popped off. After that, I slowly started to get into the YouTube game. I didn't have like a specific offer. I just wanted to start getting into it. My videos did not pop off. Not even close to what you got, which is...
No, I got lucky. Honestly, I got so lucky with those first 2. Because if my first 5 videos didn't do well at the start, I don't know, I probably would have kept going, but I probably would have just switched to short form like right away. Because YouTube at the start was so hard. I
think a lot of people, and it's just true, a lot of people get demotivated.
Yeah.
As you start posting and you don't get a lot of views, and you're like why? Like why aren't I getting a lot of views?
Yeah.
It kind of even happened to me, and then over time, you figure it out. You kind of talk to the right people, but you also see what other people are doing, and that's why I think Instagram was so easy. Like you just saw what other people were doing and then started copying them, right?
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's funny because like I had a slow startup on Instagram. Like it took me a couple months for things to really get going. And then you started an Instagram and you hit what, 7,000 followers in your first month?
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. And then in the first 6 months, how many followers you got right now? You've basically been doing it for 6 months.
Yeah, over 100K in 6 months. But
that's ridiculous.
Well, that's the thing. Here's the thing about Instagram specifically. YouTube's a little bit different, but Instagram, it is very fast paced, 30 to 45 second, maybe 60 second videos.
Yeah.
And all I really did was copy the formula that you started to run. So I took all of your scripts, made some of my own, but his scripts did well. So I was like, okay, why not just use your scripts? So I used his scripts, and literally the 3rd or 4th post, it started to gain a lot of traction. Fresh account, 0 followers, 0 everything. I actually started it as a case study
Yep.
And also because my other Instagram account got banned. So the next week I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm just going to make a new account. I'm just going to run all of your scripts. First month, 7,000 followers. Second month, 20,000 followers. And then I plateaued a little bit just because I stopped posting a little bit. And then I got back on it. Yep. 6 month, over 100K. Now I'm sitting at like 113.
113K, like 6 months, which is absurd when you actually like think about how big 113,000 people is.
How many people are in a stadium?
I think the max stadium can hold almost 100,000. I don't know if they can. I'm pretty sure the biggest stadiums are in Europe or something. But that brings me to another point, how I think a lot of people, when they first start creating content, they're uncertain what content to create. And I have this philosophy now where I believe if you're a beginning creator, it's really stupid to create original content. Because right now, if you create original content, you have no idea if that idea you're creating the video on is good or not, or if it's something that someone would even want. So what you should do is find a viral video. It doesn't even have to be in your industry. Just find a viral video or a viral idea first. Figure out how you can take that idea, put it into your niche, add your own unique twist on it. And that way, you have a video where you know the idea has already gone viral. Like, you don't have to second guess that. All you have to do is position that idea and make it interesting and unique and engaging for your video. Yeah. And that's basically what you did. You took the ideas that went viral from me and you did your own stuff. You added your own unique twist. You added your own unique editing and all that. And we can see literally in 6 months.
I packaged it in a different way. Well, so the way I see content is there's two parts. Number one, the script. The script is a massive part. If you don't have a good script, an idea with that script, you're likely not to do too well. And then the packaging. So the packaging is essentially like the energy that you use, the tonality, the editing style, basically things like that. And those are the two things that we focus on, especially with new accounts that we start up too. And there's a famous quote by Mr. Beast. He said, if he were to start a brand new channel tomorrow, no face, no nothing, he'd be able to hit like 10 million subs in 6 months. And that's just because it is all knowledge, right? So as long as you understand the scripting and the packaging, you should be able to, get the same success. And we've seen it over and over again. Like, we've taken complete noobs from zero, no nothing, and just coach them through. And in a couple months, they get tens of thousands of followers, make tens of thousands of dollars. But what I do want to touch on, I think this is very important. A lot of people jump on Instagram to make money. And that's specifically, why we jumped on Instagram, to make more money.
Facts.
So what's that process look like if I have no idea what to sell? I have no idea what kind of content to post. Like, what's the step-by-step? How do I make money?
So it depends. So you have two options. It depends who you are. So first of all, if you're a business owner or someone that has a skill that want to monetize that skill, then what you want to do is you basically want to sell your own product, like a digital product. Sell either a course, an ebook, or whatever. There are people making millions on Instagram just selling courses. Like, it's actually ridiculous.
Their own courses, or?
So they can sell their own course, but that also takes me to some other people where if they have, like, there are beginners out there who have no sales experience, no marketing experience. They've never sold a product before. And what they're doing is they're partnering up with products that are already doing very well. And they're just promote that product, or they're help selling the product. And when they help sell the product, they get what's called a commission fee, which is like, so for example, if you partner up with a coaching program that has a $2,000 product, you help sell the product, they'll most likely give you like a 50% commission fee, which means you make $1,000 for every sale you get them. But that's all you have to do. All you have to do is push people into their funnel, help them get a sale. You don't have to fulfill the product. You don't have to do sales calls and all that.
Yeah, I want to touch on that really quick. So there's a lot of people in the e-commerce space. I'm sure you've, at one point or another, you searched up how to drop ship or how to find a winning product or whatever, how to make money. A lot of these guys, some of them have a free course, some of them have a free course and then also like a paid mentorship. And the reason why they have that free course is because Shopify pays out like between $100 and $150 per sale that they make, per subscription, right? So Shopify is actually paying you more money than they make just to grow their business. And they've spent literally decades at this point optimizing their sales, their emails, everything. So all you have to do is bring them fresh leads that are high quality leads, and then you'll get paid. There's this guy, Jordan Bound, he's making like I think he said like $250,000 a month or $200,000 a month just from Shopify alone. And then he has his mentorship, subscription, a bunch of other products around that, right? So he started out selling Shopify. And once he started making a lot of money, then he started pushing people up his value ladder, which is through mentorships, which is through subscription communities, whatever has his back end looks like. And so the question really is, how do you find a really high quality product? It's pretty simple. All you have to do is find something that other people are selling and making a killing from. So another example as a software, Go High Level. Go High Level, I know people personally that have made $100,000 to $200,000 a month in payouts from Go High Level. And Go High Level, I believe, gives you a recurring payout. So as long as your people stay subscribed, you're going to keep getting that payout every single month. Yep. And they just stack that month over month over month. That's another great example. There's a lot of digital products courses. And really you just have to figure out who's making money with what and then jump on that offer and then make content within that niche, because usually those offers, it takes time to really optimize the funnel, the sales process, the sales people. So you don't want to really hop on an offer that's not selling, because that means their funnel is not optimized and their product might not be as good.
Yeah, but the core under all of that is they're all creating content, have their own personal brand. So like Jordan Bound, the reason he's making so much money is because he posted a free course on YouTube it's got to have a couple mil at this point.
Probably 2 or 3 million
2 or 3
views.
mil, right? It's just a free course that basically teaches people about Shopify, but pushes them to get a subscription to Shopify so he can get that commission fee.
Yeah.
And it's all under content.
One thing that he did, which I think is very interesting and kind of opens up some ideas for everybody watching, is he posted that on YouTube, right? But what he did was he ran a bunch of Instagram and TikTok short form pages to push traffic to that YouTube video so that people would watch it and then hopefully sign up and he would get a commission from Shopify. So those aren't all organic views from YouTube. Those are a lot of views that came from Instagram and TikTok. So Instagram and TikTok, the way that you can leverage it to make as much money as you possibly can is start on Instagram, repost on TikTok, and then drive all of your traffic to potentially long form YouTube videos, because usually when somebody watches like a 10-minute video of you, it could be just one video that you posted for the whole year and then you're just grinding Instagram. Usually when people watch a long form video, they trust you a lot more, and also they're a lot more educated with what you're selling.
Yeah, like let's give an example. Like 1,000 viewed YouTube video can get you the same amount of leads as like 100,000 viewed Instagram video. And I believe that. It's like the views are much easier to get on Instagram for sure. The leads are much high quality on YouTube, just because they stay with you longer. If they're staying for a 10-minute video, it means they see value in what you're selling. You're building that trust a little bit more because they're just watching you, rather than, a 30-second video they might pop up and then just forget you when they scroll again.
Yeah. So what you can do, just to summarize that, is focus 100% on Instagram, grow your audience there, push reels there, and then just have one really good YouTube video or a free training that you push people to on YouTube. And then that way, that long form video acts like a video sales letter for people to either buy into the program that you're affiliating for, buy your own program, buy your own software, buy your own product, whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, let's get into more, I think, talk about content in the first place.
Yeah,
I think that's definitely the main driver before you even worry about like funnels, product. It's like getting views. If you can't get views, you're not making any money, which sucks.
I think, that's a good segue. A lot of people need to understand first how to actually make the money, because people have a lot of like objections or self-doubt in their mind with like analysis paralysis. Oh, what do I sell? What do I sell? What do I sell? So that's how it works. It's very, very simple. It's also very dynamic. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions, but that's generally how it works. So content. This is the content expert, even though I have more followers. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about content. So I want to talk about, I guess, the main mistakes people make with content, because for everyone who don't know, we have like our own community. And in this community, what I do almost every single day is do what we call video reviews. So people can actually upload their Instagram videos for us. We will review the video and we will absolutely shit on them if we have to, just to make sure that it's getting improved as much as possible.
Our motto is, if your video sucks, we will tell you.
Yeah, facts. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We'll be like, yo, why did you do this? Change this up. What the fuck is happening here? Like, it's just, you have to be like that, because I want to make sure from the person who starts at day 0 that we're getting them to be a content expert by like day 14 or day 15. And to do that, there's some main things you got to obviously look at. So to me, creating content, there's, I think, 4 or 5 stages. The first is research, right? Trying to find content ideas. Then it's the ideation, actually like coming up, being like, okay, I'm going to create this idea. Then it's scripting the video. Then it's recording the video. And then it's editing the video. To me, the hardest part in all of that is usually scripting the video. And this is where I think a lot of people struggle with.
Well, that takes the longest. Like, that's just so tedious sometimes, because first of all, we'll talk about script structure soon, but let's talk about the first point. Research. Why is research important? Why am I supposed to copy viral content?
Basically, well, you see, you get you have the highest likely chance to go viral when you copy viral content, because it's already an idea that's gone viral, and you just have to literally take the idea, put it into your own, Christmas wrapping and all that, your own little present, and then make it your own.
The way I see it is, think of Instagram as just a massive database, right? And you can essentially filter all the content in your niche. You can filter all the content in your niche and figure out what has the most viral potential and what also will bring the best leads in. And so all you have to do is search up hashtags and filter by most views. You can do this on TikTok too, and basically copy that content, paraphrase it in your own way. And so, that's how we do research. We just search up hashtags.
We use that, and we're even at a point where, well, we have so many clients, we have so many students. We even have like VAs literally doing this content research for us. Like, we taught them how to do it. So that way we can get hundreds of new viral ideas every single week. So that way we're on top of our shit, and we're creating content that we know has the highest likely chance to go viral, which gets us followers, which is the reason you scaled from 0 to 100K so fast, which is the reason why many people on our team, everyone on our team right now has over 50,000 followers, which is crazy to think about. Like, who else can say that everyone on their team has over 50K? And that's because we've adopted the system and we've perfected this system too.
And we got a couple more on the way. We have Kaz at 20.
Oh, Kaz, he's
Matt's at 17 now.
Some new guys that joined our team.
They're gonna be at 50. They're gonna be at 50 2-3 months.
Easily.
Yeah.
But I think that leads into the next point, which is, I guess, going to the scripting part. And so scripting, again, I think it is the most important part of the entire video, and it does take the longest. Like, for me, when I first started, scripting probably took about 4 to 5 hours just to script 5 to maybe 6 videos. Now it's like we have dialed in system, we have prompts, we have automations. They help out a lot, so they reduce that time to maybe an hour or 2. But when it comes to scripting, where a lot of people mess up, in my opinion, it's the point of the video, it should be to educate the person and get your point across with the least amount of time. So no filler sentences, nothing. You only want to include the main points, and you also want to build up your value as much as possible. So for everyone out there, the easiest script structure that you can do is hook, right? Obviously your hook is like something, it's like, oh, here's the easiest way to make X amount of money, right? Hook. Then you have the build up sentence, which is just a sentence that builds up that main value you're going to talk about. So for example, if my hook is, here's the easiest way to make $10,000, my build up would then be, and it's only going to take you 10 minutes a day to do, and nobody is doing this right now, right? When you have that build up sentence, it builds up curiosity, and it also builds up, actually increases your watch time too, which is the main metric that every single platform actually focuses on. So you have the build up sentence, and then you have the actual main value or the chunk of the video where you're giving your value, you're giving your education, or you're making your certain point. And then finally, you just have basically your CTA.
So if I was somebody watching, talk to me about what happens like when I'm watching. What happens when I see the hook, right? I stop scrolling when I see the hook. But then what happens after that?
So basically you stop scrolling when you see the hook. You have this build up sentence, which makes you just as a viewer more curious on what's about to be taught.
Yeah.
So it increases that curiosity. You're like, okay, let me stay. Let me see what this guy has. And then that's where you go into the main value of the video. And the main value should usually be something actionable, which is something they can kind of do right away after watching the video. That's kind of what we do for educational posts. But if you have like motivational posts or something like that, then you obviously want to try to tap into someone's emotions by talking about their pain points and struggles. And then after you have that main value, you get into your CTA, which can be like, follow me to learn how to do X, or what we do now is like usually comment this word if you want a free thing.
Why do we do that?
Just because it gets views.
Yeah.
it increases comments, which pushes your video in the algorithm. Yeah. And even though Instagram says they're reducing that, I still have not seen any social proof or proof on it.
Do we want to say the secret app, or should people just click below to get the secret app?
I think you should just click below to get the secret app for it.
There you go.
The secret
comment
app.
Comment now.
Comment now to get the secret app. We'll send it to you. YouTube needs this automation.
Yeah.
Instagram, the only one that has it right now.
So yeah, facts. So did we talk about all the pillars of content?
No, so we did scripting. Okay, let's go into, I think, editing. We'll go into editing right now.
Editing is important. We actually had a call. We had an inner circle call the other day. Somebody asked like, how do I train my editor, or
how do I find
an editor and then they're perfect off the bat? What happens?
So, well, let's talk about, I think finding an editor is a hard one because I think there's so much, like when we started, like when I started posting on Instagram like a year ago, it was very easy to find good editors because Reels was still kind of new at that point. Like there wasn't too much competition, and at that time, it was kind of me, Devin Jaho, and some other guys who were doing the talking head, like highly animated stuff. But now it's like everybody's on that wave. Like everybody is on that wave. Every business influencer, every person starting up kind of wants to create that style of content. So to find a good editor now, what I recommend to people is go to upwork.com, put a job posting up, and then for everyone that applies to that job posting, give them like a 15-second sample. And then when you give them that sample, that will be enough for you to figure out, okay, is this a good editor? Does he have potential? Does he have what I'm looking for? And then you basically hire the best one at the best price. And if you're wondering what the good price for an editor is, it's usually about $15 a clip. I would say $15 to $20 a clip. And if you're just starting out, I definitely recommend getting an editor. Like even when I first started out, I got an editor right off the bat because I didn't know how to edit. And to me, it's like you can either spend 2 hours editing one clip, or you can hire an editor for $15 a clip. And if you're editing yourself, then you're saying to yourself that you cost $7 an hour.
Facts. Think about it like this. This is a good book to read, actually. I don't have it here because I'm an Audible guy, but it's called 10x is easier than 2x. And the whole premise about that book is figure out what your 20% is, the 20% that yields 80% of your results. Figure out what your 80% is and keep delegating the 80%. Just keep delegating it. We were talking about Drake today because we're from Toronto. And basically he needs to focus all of his energy and all of his time on showing up to concerts, doing music, making more music, everything music. And he delegates everything else. So it's very important that you do that. And then also, on the flip side, once you do find an editor that's decent, you look at their portfolio, their price is good, everything's good, everything checks out. Yep. You still have to form your own style in a way. Because when we started with our editors, we were doing like revision 1, revision 2, final revision 1, final revision 2. Yeah. It just kept revision. But over time, they kind of understood our style and they took all the feedback that we gave them before. And then now we only do like one revision probably.
Yeah, we have our editors are very good right now. They're very trained. In fact, we give them so much work. They even moved into their own office. Yeah. Which is kind of crazy to think about.
We'll roll a clip right here of the office.
Roll a clip of it. Yeah, but I want to bring up one more point just for the editing. It's something that actually Alex Hormozi touched upon in one of his videos where he talks about content. And whenever Alex Hormozi talks about content, listen to him because he has the most data points on content that anybody I know, because he puts out the most content than anyone I know, and he spends the most money. So he has the most data and he knows what's up. So what he said was, he noticed that in his videos where they have like all these graphics and edits popping up, that ADHD style of editing, those videos did worse than his videos that were simple edits, clear visuals, and the visuals on the screen just added towards the video. It wasn't like, oh, a graphic hasn't popped up in 10 seconds, so let me just pop it up now. From what I see a lot of creators doing it, a lot of like editing doing. So this is what I recommend to everyone is we're in this new stage of short form where people are tired of that and they want simple and clear visuals. So if you look at my content right now, if you look back at my previous content, it was very much graphics. Now it's very simple visuals that are strategically placed to just add more context to the viewer.
Now, I want to move and talk about Alex Hormozi for a second. So everybody knows him now, and he has a lot of frequency on a bunch of platforms, meaning that when you see his face, you're naturally going to stick around for a little bit longer, right? But when you're a new creator, the question really is how are you going to get people to stick around to watch you, right? And so what we've implemented, this is a little bit of a tip, is something we like to call traffic arbitrage. How do we do that, Zita?
You're talking about the Stitch videos?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about traffic arbitrage. That's a good name for it. That's a really good name for it. But basically, traffic arbitrage is taking an already viral video or an already viral clip and using that in the first 5 seconds of your own video. So to give you an example of this, someone who does this extremely well, his name is Viral Video Club. And he's grown, I think, from 0 to like 500,000 followers in like a year. And the way he was able to do that is because he does traffic arbitrage. He also like what I call like social hacking, where basically he just reviews already viral videos. So when you do that, it's like you already have a video that's viral. You're just hijacking that attention from that content onto your own profile. So that's what we recommend for everyone, even like our clients. It's like, hey, let's figure out a way to mention a celebrity. Let's use some sort of viral video, stitch it with it. How can we hijack someone's attention for ourselves? Right? That's a huge play that all the big creators too. Like Cody Sanchez, if you guys know her, one of the biggest business influencers online, that's how she started. That's how she popped off.
She came up quick.
She came up quick because what she did, extremely smart, she showed how celebrities are making money in ways the public don't know about. But she used celebrities. She social hijacked their attention for her own self.
And it's crazy because these are brands that you all know.
Yeah.
And you've all probably bought from, but you didn't know that these celebrities were attached to this. So once you realize that, you're like, whoa. And then you realize how much they sold the companies for, which is usually in the hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. And then you're like, wow. And the crazy part is that anybody can do it because of the great reversal of the creator economy. What's that, Zita?
Let me tell you. So basically, if you guys remember, before TikTok was even a thing, right? A year ago or a couple years ago, the only people that got consistently good views were people already with big followings, right? Those are the only people. If you tried to go on YouTube, like it's with YouTube now, like if you try to do YouTube, even years back, it was so hard just to get a couple views. But now with TikTok, Instagram, or specifically TikTok, right? TikTok made it where everybody has an equal chance to go viral. It's not just the big creators. And that's what made TikTok so attractive for like us to even start posting on it too. It was like, yo, you're telling me I could go on there, create a video that's not even high quality, not highly produced at all, and get like 1 million, 2 million views? Like that's so attractive.
And that's how OnlyFans makes so much money.
True.
That's literally what happened. That's why the owner of OnlyFans gets paid like a couple $100 million a year.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit came up.
It's like a low overhead software.
Yeah.
Perfect for these creators.
Perfect for creators to promote themselves, then promote the platform.
Yeah.
Which is insane. And well, basically to get back to the point, TikTok, everyone was getting a high chance to go viral on TikTok, and Instagram was like, yo, we have to do this too, right? We're losing out on all this money. So Instagram started with Reels. After Reels became YouTube Shorts. After YouTube Shorts became Facebook Shorts or whatever they call it. And now everyone on, no matter what platform you're on, you now have an equal chance to go viral. And if you go viral, it's so crazy now. Like literally one viral video. Look at the Haktua girl.
Yeah.
The Haktua girl.
I think, did she get signed by Barstool or no?
I don't know. I know she has like, she literally walks around with a security team now.
Yeah, she
like,
has
which
to.
is crazy. But like if she were to monetize it, I think more, she can easily make a couple mil.
Yeah, she probably is. I think she's
video.
selling a bunch of merch now.
I think she is too.
Yeah, and she can probably start a podcast or something under Barstool and make many millions of dollars.
Yeah, honestly, she could. People will listen to her. She has a good personality. People know her now.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I mean, back in the day, I mean, I don't know how old anybody is here, back in the day, like during like the Vine days, during a bunch of like those viral memes that you may have seen on Vine or like early Instagram, it was very hard to monetize after that.
Oh yeah.
These days it's extremely easy to monetize after that because now everybody knows your face. Now go back to the example I gave with Alex Ramosi. He has a lot of frequency on his face, so anything he posts usually gets higher retention than anything we post because he has such a massive platform and a massive following. Same thing with Gary Vaynerchuk, same thing with Grant Cardone, Iman Godzi, right? And everyone saw the Haktua girl, so if she posts something that's like mid content, people are just gonna naturally engage with it and watch it longer because they recognize a face, it's familiar. And that way she gets pushed more on basically every single platform.
Exactly. So she like, it's crazy how literally one video changed her life, or else she would still be, I think she was a bartender. So she'd literally be still working as a bartender. I think she literally created a post saying she quit it. And again, now she can like literally be a multimillionaire from one thing. You look at even the Dr. Phil girl, what's her name?
Catch Me Outside girl?
Yeah, no, Catch Me Outside, have like bad, whatever. Her
Bad Baby.
Bad Baby. She made 18 mil. She made off OnlyFans, to be fair, but still she had to get all those people funneling into her OnlyFans, and that became from that.
She built her platform. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. She did the interview. After the interview, she came out with some music. Yeah. It wasn't bad music. It wasn't, you know what? It's not bad. Some of it was pretty fire. Not bad music. Like you could play it at the club and people would sing along. Yeah. And then afterwards, she turned 18 and then she started OnlyFans. And
then she was like, hey, let me get that bread. Monetize. Made a fuck ton of money. But it's crazy. You go back to like the common denominator out of all of this. It's just personal brand. Yeah. It's literally just content. It's just attention. Like attention is the newest currency now. Yeah. And it's crazy. It's why we get hit up by brands all the time. People like willing to give us thousands of dollars just to post. Yeah. Like we get good views, but it's not like in the like hundreds of Ks, but we still get offered a ton of money because people understand attention. They understand trying to get to the right audience. And people are now starting to see that paying for influencers is actually more beneficial than spending money on ads.
Yeah, and Shopify led the charge with this. Like you gotta give credit to Shopify. They led the charge with affiliate. That's how they grew their platform so exponentially. And you can look at their stock. Like go back 5 years, their stock went like crazy. But go back 10 years, it went insane. And that's because they just doubled down on influencers and they're willing to lose money up front to grow their company and give money to affiliates, right? And so, yeah, I mean, that's a thing that all companies are now implementing slowly, and the ones that are not are slowly dying down.
It is a crazy thing though, because like when I first started getting into content, I didn't even think about sponsorships as like a source of income.
Yeah, wait, let's break down. Okay, so obviously everybody knows how OnlyFans girls make their money. Yeah. There's also another thing that you can do on TikTok, which is like called the clipping, where you get paid like a couple dollars per X amount of views. Like let's say, how much is it per million views now? A couple hundred maybe?
People say 1,000, but I don't believe that.
Let's just say a couple hundred because it fluctuates for sure, right? You get a couple $100s per million views. But the thing with our pages is per million views, you can literally make tens of thousands of dollars. And there's a bunch of ways to do it. The first is the promos you're talking about. So how much do you get paid for those?
So it ranges. So basically, like I think at a time when I was averaging, like I'm averaging around 20,000, maybe 30,000 views, and I get paid 2,000 to 3,000 for like one post. And the crazy thing is like that's like a 30-second post that takes maybe 30 minutes to like an hour.
Yeah, so it takes 5 minutes to record. The editing, it's $20.
Yeah.
And then the scripting is about 30 minutes.
Yeah, the scripting takes about 30 minutes to an hour. So when you're basing off that in the total, maybe it's like 2 hours of work for that much.
And then you have to communicate with the actual company. So total is 2 hours, but then when they come back to you because the post did well, they're like, hey, like I want to do 4 more for the month. 2 times 4, that's 8K. And the time is actually less because you're not spending too much time communicating with them. You're just posting. So that's 4 hours of work for $8,000, $1,000 an hour. It's ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous, dude. Even I did what I had like a top, like an S&P 500 company reach out to me for a sponsor.
Can we know the name?
No. Just if you look back on my profile, you might see it, dude. They paid me.
What
are they paid me $7K for a 30-second video.
Yeah,
which is
so they're like
absurd.
the top. Are they in the top 100, top 50, top 10 companies in the world?
Top 10.
Top 10 companies in the world.
Top 10 company. Ooh. Which is again. So when I first started, didn't even think about sponsorships as a source of income. I never thought sponsors would want to pay me. I know how much money that is. It's like literally the reason we got into this was we were first marketers and then we became creators.
Yeah,
and so we were just focused about getting more clients, selling our products more. We didn't even think about sponsorships.
Yeah.
And now sponsorships is now this whole other source of revenue that we just get. And it's crazy. Even because if you have any following now, you can make money from sponsorships. Yeah. It doesn't matter what industry you're in.
The sponsors, so funny enough, the sponsorships basically clear all business overhead.
Yeah.
And they clear a lot of personal overhead as well. So that's just completely cleared. So everything that we make on top of that through our other sources, which we're going to talk about in a second, is basically pure profit. So what are our other sources?
Our other sources of income. So let's talk about it. So first of all, we have a community that we call the Vile Creator Inner Circle. It's a community where we have a ton of creators that not just only creators, there's some everyday people that just want to make some money through content through Instagram. And in this community, basically what we do is we teach them how they can get views on their content and make money. And I think that's the main difference of us and all these other social media gurus out there, is a lot of people are just focused on getting you views. We're more focused on actually making you money. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, views does not matter.
So yeah, if we go back to the example of 1 million views on TikTok will pay you a couple $100. We get 1 million views and we're trying to make
a good amount of money there.
Thousands and thousands of dollars on that million, tens of thousands of dollars on that millions of views.
Yeah. So basically, so we're teaching people how to take those millions of views and how to turn that into consistent payouts, into consistent paychecks, like $1,000 to $3,000 every single week or more. And basically, so our whole process is join the community. We help you basically come up with your offer or product, kind of like the ready to buy offer that that's in demand. And then we teach you how to get views through content. We basically help you become a content master. And then we help you get set up what we call an automated funnel, which is basically, it's just a sales funnel that just automatically helps you get customers or clients without you doing a thing. You set it up once and you don't have to touch it.
It's something that we've optimized over years, right? So back to the example I gave earlier is you have to make sure that you're picking offers where the sales process is optimized. And so we've optimized our hours over time, and we're continuously optimizing it even to this day. I think we get more data now than we got a year ago for a whole month, right? So every day we're just optimizing and making the process better and better. And that way we can increase our conversion rate, we can make more money. And at the end of the day, the more data that you get, going back to the Alex Hormozi example, the more money we can make.
It's all about data. It's all about content. And because we put so much content out, we are on top of our shit usually when it comes to the algorithm. Because it's crazy. The algorithm switches every 3 months or something. It's always switching. You always got to optimize. So because we put out so much content and because we have this community that puts out so much content too, we even learn from them what works and what doesn't. Yeah. Which is phenomenal. And it's that support community where everybody's just trying to grow together. Right. And
two things on that. So the algorithm, the reason why it switches all the time is because Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts, they're all trying to figure out how they can keep people on their platform as long as possible. So they have to switch it in order for their company to grow. First thing. Second thing is the reason why we continuously optimize our content is, you know, obviously not only the competitors we look at on Instagram, but also a lot of people in our community post similar content to us, so we can basically copy from each other. We even have people copying our exact scripts. Like, we don't care. It doesn't
care.
Like affect us. If anything, it helps us because it gets us more success stories. But that's why we're able to move so fast. And the more our community grows, the faster we're going to move, the more followers everybody's going to get. And money. Yeah. Money is important.
Money is the most important thing.
Yes.
We all just want to get money. The thing too is, like, I think people have to understand too, you don't even need a big following to make a lot of money on social media. Yeah. You really just need, like, I've seen people who have like 2,000 maybe followers, 5,000 followers, and they're making like 20K a month or more. It really doesn't matter about the quality of your followers at the end of the day. Like, you can post some brain rot shit, get millions of views, get 100,000 followers, and not be able to make any money.
Comes back to the type of audience that you create for yourself.
Is that you build out. So, like, you'll see a ton of people that I know. Like, I know personally some people that have 100,000 followers and they're making dog shit because they built their audience the wrong way, and they just built stuff that doesn't relate to their offer at all.
I saw somebody with 700,000 followers the other day, and he's putting out videos, road to $50,000 a month. Which is,
you should already be making that.
That's embarrassing. Like, that's embarrassing. You should be making like hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit at that point.
Oh yeah, for 700, for the amount of attention, dude, it's ridiculous. Like, if we averaged, it's crazy because if we averaged like 100,000 views a video, dude, we'd be so up. Yeah. Which is what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to get there.
Yeah, but it's a game of 10x, right? So it goes back to delegating the 80%. So we have to keep focusing on making our content better and better every single week, every single day, honestly, and trying to get our average views up. If we can 10x our views, then we're going to be able to 10x our income, as long as the content is not some brain rot shit. It's like actually targeted to the audience that we're trying to sell to and make money off of.
At the end of the day, as long as you have an offer that you know sells well, then it just comes down to traffic. It really just comes down to you getting more views, getting more people in your funnel, and that just comes with you creating better content. So at the end of the day, like, we have a good funnel that we know works. Yeah. We just have to, even for us, we just have to become better creators and figure out how do we get more views and more views and more views. Yeah. And that's even with us. If you see our content, it's never the same. It's like always testing different topics, different formats. And that's what all the best creators do right now. Yeah. They test. You have to keep testing, because you may just stumble upon a viral content format or a viral content idea, and then you double down on that. And that's what can take you, or even double your following in like less than a month.
A good example of this, there's this one UK podcaster. I forgot his name, but no free promos. I forgot his name, but what he does is he runs ads before he puts out a podcast, or as he puts it out, he runs ads to, for example, 50 or 100 different thumbnails. Yep. And then they test that for a couple of days, a week, depending on how much.
Diary of a CEO?
Yeah, no free. Oh
yeah, my bad.
What are you doing? And then he basically, after a couple of days or a week, they pick the thumbnail that gets the highest click-through rate, and then they just leave it and set it and forget it. And then maybe later in a couple months or the next year, they change out that thumbnail so that video can start pumping again.
Yeah. No, he's extremely on top of his stuff. But again, at the end of the day, it's all data, all testing. You can't just do the same thing. If you're a creator and you're constantly doing the same thing and thinking that's what's going to keep you relevant for the next year, you're dumb. And you're going to fall off a cliff like many creators have. Yeah.
I mean, look at some of the biggest creators. Always look at the top, right? Look at some of the biggest creators. What are they doing? What are they saying on podcasts? I mean, Mr. Beast is a great example, again, of somebody that always tests. Alex Hormozy. And us, we're going to get there. We're growing fast.
We're gonna be in those names too. Yes. Hopefully in a couple of years, or maybe in a year. Who knows? We just get a couple of videos that pop off, and you never know where you can be actually.
Exactly.
Honestly, like you even watching this video, you can literally start today, and in a month you can have more followers than us too.
Yeah, one video.
That's a reality actually. And I've seen creators get like 200,000 followers in like less than a month. Yeah. Like, it's a possibility. And guess what? Your life changes forever at that point.
Yeah. At that point, your life is completely different. You think completely different. You'd rather stay in and work because you're now working towards some massive goal that you've had, because your limiting beliefs are, instead of here, they're just all the way up here. And the people around you still have limiting beliefs down here. So you're inside, you're grinding, you're trying to get to the next level. You're trying to get the Lambo, the yacht, the PJ.
The yacht, go to nice restaurants, just live the life that you always want to live.
Yeah.
Like stop that 9 to 5. Like me and you, like again, we grew up elementary school together. We're kind of like the only ones that kind of went down this path.
Yeah.
Everybody else I know stayed in that kind of 9 to 5 route, and I've talked to them and I understand their lives. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it.
If they're happy, they're happy.
If they're happy, they're happy. Yeah, but it's just like I'm happy that we get to wake up every single day. We get to run our own thing. We can decide when we wake up. We decide when we want to stop working. Like it is, what time is it right now? It's a Thursday. It's 7 p.m. We're still going to work for like another hour after this, but then we're going to go out.
And then what are we going to do?
And then we're going to go out because this guy has to go on vacation the next couple of weeks. So we got to
I have to go out with the boys before we go on vacation.
Exactly.
But what I do suggest, especially if you're young, you don't know if you want the 9 to 5 life. So try as many things as possible and just push your money in places. Buy mentorships, go on vacation, go travel by yourself. You know, don't go to an all-inclusive with the boys because you're not going to learn a lot about yourself on an all-inclusive with the boys. You're going to have a lot of fun and you're going to make memories, but try to learn about what you want, because a lot of the times when you get put in environments as a kid, and we're both in pretty middle-class families, we were just told this is the path that we should take because the middle class is comfy. But once we started to experience other things outside of the middle class and what we can possibly achieve and the impact that we can make, and also the fulfillment that we can get in our lives and the people around us, then we started striving for more and increasing our limiting beliefs and trying to go for what we want intuitively, like what we deep down, like what do you want? Sit with yourself and figure it out.
Like a true poet.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. I think that's what we at 47 minutes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
If you want another one of these, we've only really talked about content. If you want to know more, then we could drop another one. Yeah,
if you want to know more, put in the comments what else you want us to talk about. This is just supposed to be like a raw conversation, us talking about content, giving you the tips, giving you what's in our head. Because I think that's extremely important. Like what I like doing with a lot of people in the community and the people I know is just like watch me create content. Like with a lot of the people that I work directly one-on-one, it's like I'm gonna watch me script out your video. Look what's in my head so you can understand how I think about content, so you can start thinking about that way too. Just because I have more expertise and I've scripted out. I must have scripted out almost 1,000 videos by now. Like you just build that up. So again, guys, if you want another video of this, let us know. Put down some questions below, and maybe we'll run this again next month when he's back on vacation. He'll be way more tan than this.
Yeah, follow me. You'll see me in Europe, traveling, vibing. I'll also be posting every day. I have 30 posts every single day scheduled. Yeah. Right. So I'm not taking a break. I've already done the work this month. So
so he gets to chill now. And if you guys are interested in the community that we've been talking about through this entire video, then you can check out and learn more about it using the link in the description for it.
Only if you're serious though.
Only if you're serious. Don't watch if you're not serious.
Don't waste your time.
Don't waste it. Get out of here. Go back to your 9 to 5 or whatever.
No, but click that link.
Click that link. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll hopefully see you next time. Take it easy.